What's interesting about our downtown too is that we really got, you don't see this in a lot of areas. You don't see this in all areas. We're a focal point for a lot of things. I mean, our downtown is.
What do you mean?
Well, we just have a lot, a good combination of things that bring people down here so that they can kind of get what they need. Our downtown is kind of a one-stop shop for a lot of things.
Okay.
So I see us as a commercial focal point, and it's nice that you're able to come down here and get a lot of those things.
Mm.
I think more people attract, bikers, walkers, are going to, they see that, and that's one of the attractions of our downtown area as a commercial focal point. Although I think it would be great one day down the road when we have like and there's a lot of talk of City Hall, and I think they're going in the right direction in a lot of ways on this is a sort of a square, town square.
Hmm. Which other towns have. I don't know where Covington missed out on that, but
somewhere along the way.
Historically.
Yeah, and speaking of reuse of the buildings, that's got potential
Mm-hmm.
for sort of a downtown square, or again, a focal point within our commercial focal point, I guess you could call it.
I was looking at two different sites here, one in Covington and one out of Covington. What would you think would be my main concerns, or what is the opportunities that I would miss out on not coming to Covington?
It would have a lot to do with the type of business,
Mm-hmm.
but benefits of locating down here are fairly obvious, the pedestrian traffic. But on the other hand, the parking can be a negative.
So if I needed a lot of parking, it would be...
I think if you needed a lot of parking and you wanted the highway
access.
If you were a McDonald's, I wouldn't recommend that you locate downtown, because you're wanting to get people in and out quickly, and people are in a hurry and they're rushing down 190, and so it just depends on the type of business. Locating down here, the primary customer is going to be a walking pedestrian customer, so you have to think about that as being one of the major aspects of where you want to locate. Other locational, besides access and the amount of traffic going by, but other locational things that you need to look into is the type of space. Downtown there might be upstairs space that's perfect for offices,
Mm-hmm.
but not so good for a retail, a Campos or a Walmart. I mean, it depends on the type of space you're looking at.
Does the city have a list of what's available in the way of
yes,
space?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they sure do. And I think more and more business professionals are looking at downtown as especially upstairs space and different types of space available downtown. They're looking at that, and more people are very attracted to moving down here, because if you think about it, if you're a consultancy firm and you have 2 or 3 employees, everything is within a walking distance that you need. Your restaurants and most services are right here.
Would you say that having Covington as a business address is sort of an extra prestige item in these days?
Yeah. I always think to myself when I'm driving through downtown and just being down here, that it's nice to see other people and be walking around and waving and seeing other people out there. You don't necessarily see that when you're driving along 190 or you're on a major interchange like that. You don't see the pedestrian traffic. You don't have the human interaction that you do downtown. So that's a nice aspect of it, I think.
I know there's a lot of talk about scale. The pedestrian scale is more friendly than the vehicular scale, and downtown Covington is definitely a pedestrian scale type place.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think that can be capitalized on even more. As you can see, I think it's moving out, a little bit more, but I think it's good to keep it kind of concentrated too, and not let it extend too far out.
Apparently, the quality of life is quite important in Covington, and the downtown area is still a place where kids can come through on their bicycles or their skateboards, and so it's still a family environment, even though it is a business district.
I think that's a good point. The fact that And we should never lose sight of the fact that we really are a family-oriented, kind of family environment area. And that, again, speaks to some opportunities for businesses. I mean, you want to look at particular types of businesses. Well, what do families want to do with their recreation time? The Star Theater is a great example of that. What do, you know, not just in their recreation time, but what do they need? What type of services and activities? When you have families with children, there's a whole arena of different, you know, needs and services. You know,
There seems to be some new gathering spots too.
Yeah.
Gathering spots for people of all ages. They just go there and
Right.
relax and have coffee
Right.
and a bite to eat perhaps. But apparently it's a social coming together. The needs are being met.
I think so. And we shouldn't forget about our elderly population, because we have quite a concentration here in this area and are continuing to grow in that area as a retirement destination.
Mhm.
There again is another type of industry that's a win-win for our area. We're bringing in people from the outside, and, you know, those are export dollars, but they're coming here to stay, and they're kind of spreading their wealth, and we want to hamper them and make sure they're happy here in our area. And I've heard from plenty of elderly senior citizens who have
Oh, really?
said, this is a great place to live. But there are some needs that need to be met there. Talked to an elderly woman the other day who said she can't find all the sewing necessities that she needs, and, you know, there's a business opportunity. So, you know, you have to look at our market and our demographics, and I think it's easy to see where there's some specific gaps in business opportunities. And I think you had said earlier, I don't think you can go wrong. I think there's just a myriad, a multitude of potential opportunities for businesses here in the area that, you know, will meet our unique market, which is fairly unique.